When I went to Purdue, they taught the purpose of the corporation is to maximize stockholder value. A theory they shoved down our throats for 2 years. Maximize the value of stock. Goldman Sachs chairman says they act in the best interest of their clients. Now, which is the priority? To act in the interest to maximize the value of the company's stock, or do you act in the interest of your clients? You know, those things conflict each other, don't they? In theory, what's best for the company isn't best for the client, is it? Is it best? Or, of course, you wouldn't have any clients if you acted negatively to them. So, I mean, if you carry it to extremes, what's best for the client, what's best to maximize the value of the stock, is there a happy medium? If you wouldn't have any clients if you didn't act in their interest. And if you didn't have any clients to produce revenue, the value of the stock would be worthless because you wouldn't have any revenue, no earnings, no profits. I guess the way they say, you know, the way people carry on their extremities toward their opinion, maximize the value of the stock, act in the best interest of the clients. All these different theories and ideas conflict each other, and in some ways they sort of mesh together in less stringent applications. And the employees of the company, such as Goldman Sachs, I mean, anybody who works acts in their own self-best interest, whatever puts a paycheck in their pocket. You know, so they got to keep their clients happy because they personally get a paycheck based on their client. And I guess they have to keep the guy in charge of their paycheck at the company happy. You know, because they're not employed, they don't get a paycheck from the company. It's the opportunity to get a client. But everybody wants to maximize their own value in their pocket. Conflicting stories. Best interest of the client, best interest of the stock owners, and best interest of the employee. Well, my dealing with stockbroker offices in Kansas City, Kansas side, Missouri, they're a bunch of punks. Maximum lockdown for life. For all of them. You see, because there are no rules in these places, the rules change every day. There's a different rule for every day, different thing every time. And you see, I guess, you know, because my daddy supposedly went to Ivy League schools, Harvard and Wharton, there's different rules that applied to me because of my daddy. And then I get my master's from Purdue Crane, Big Ten, not Ivy League. You know, and then there's little wars about that, family squabbles, personal vendettas. So I say shut all the stockbroker offices in Kansas City down, take away their licenses. Let all those people flip burgers at McDonald's because they're punks, they're faggots, they're baby faggots who are inferior to myself. I'd really like to know if my father really has those degrees. I don't believe it, never did. And since I'm not even allowed to get a business license for my own company in America, the land of free enterprise, capitalism, free, you know, 10 billion right now. 10 billion right now. You know, could those Wall Street people pass engineering calculus first semester like I did as a beta pledge at Oklahoma State? I didn't get all A's in college, and I guess I was preoccupied with other things, drinking beer, going to parties, worrying about other stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to Oklahoma State. I don't know. It wasn't Ivy League. It was my own way. I went my own way, carved my own path, and I had no real personal example that if you go to Ivy League schools, you become a billionaire because, you know, my dad wasn't a billionaire. So I guess, you know, everybody's got their own unique story. Purdue Craner was #3 in Fortune magazine, #4 public. You know, and if those rankings don't mean anything, then what does mean something? Then what makes one school better than the other? You know, a real junior college is, you know, how many four-year universities in America are there? How many MBA schools in America are there? What's the difference between all of them? Do they all teach the same thing? I don't know. They said that they do. That's what they said at engineering at Oklahoma State, and that's what they said at Purdue Krannert. They all teach the same thing. Well, if they all teach the efficient market theory, that's bullshit. Now we're studying that, you know, if they all teach accounting one stock runs on the company. Never mattered I own stock. I'm 48 and I'm not a billionaire. It's unacceptable. 50 billion, 10 billion now, 5 billion a year. Benchmark paycheck. Precedents are established. Look up those words. They're not in your vocabulary. Everybody I know says my degrees don't matter. Well, I guess I think you're a flunky out of high school. Yeah, I know you just say that to me because my degrees are better than yours, and I don't know. I'm not a billionaire. Where's my 10 billion, 50 billion? Hall, Hall, Hall. Yeah, I don't know any billionaires, do I? Maybe I do, and I don't know it. I know I'm not a billionaire, not making 10 billion a year. Not right. Completely unacceptable. Kind of person I am.